After days of anticipation tonight, we know how the country will start reopening after coronavirus. President Trump has laid out a three-phase plan for getting back to the new normal, but he's left it up to each governor on when those plans will go into effect.
That was a large part of the message from the White House this evening during President Trump's coronavirus task force briefing.
The president said reopening the country will happen in stages and not all at once in every state. He unveiled the guidelines to all 50 governors this afternoon and then to the nation tonight.
President Donald Trump said he would offer a plan for healing the country, and he did that Thursday evening.
Which we're calling Opening Up America Again. And that's what we're doing. We're opening up our country.
With the coronavirus task force, Mr. Trump announced a three-phase reopening plan that puts responsibility in the hands of each state's leadership.
Governors will be empowered to tailor an approach that meets the diverse circumstances of their own states. Every state is very different. They're all beautiful. We love them all, but they're very, very different.
Light switch on and off is the exact opposite of what you see here, which is a gradual gradation with the first thing and the only thing in mind as the health people here.
Each phase includes benchmarks of sustaining a decrease in cases over a 14-day period and a back to normal for hospitals. Phase 1 says vulnerable individuals should keep sheltering in place, that everyone should keep maximizing physical distance, no more than 10 people in social groups, and non-essential travel should be minimized. Employers should encourage working from home as much as possible, returning people to work in phases and with special accommodation for vulnerable people. In Phase 2, non-essential travel can resume. Group settings could rise to no more than 50 people, with people maximizing physical distance. Vulnerable individuals should keep sheltering in place, and employers should close common areas. Schools, daycares, and camps could reopen in Phase 2, but visits to senior centers and hospitals should remain banned. Phase 3 would mean resuming unrestricted staffing at work sites, but there's a warning that at-risk people would practice physical distancing even as they resume public interactions. Everyone should minimize time in crowded situations.
It appears that the president has taken a middle ground and a very thoughtful ground. Some were concerned, was he going to extend the guidelines? Others were concerned, was he going to order the reopening of the economy? It's going to take some time, but I do think the president was trying to nudge the economy towards reopening, and he's placing it squarely with the governors in terms of that timing for that reopening.
And that was Rick Mullaney, our News4JAX political analyst. So in Phase 1, the new task force guidelines say that schools that are closed currently should stay closed. Large venues like sit-down dining can resume, but only under strict physical distancing protocols. Gyms can reopen if they, too, observe strict distancing and sanitation standards. Elective surgeries can resume on an outpatient basis. News4JAX checked on the governors of Florida and Georgia about plans to reopen according to the president's guidelines. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis plans to hold the first meeting of his reopening task force tomorrow to figure out how to move forward. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says that he will share plans for reopening state businesses over the next few days.